Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafting with Janine. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make your own alcohol inks to do tumblers, resin art, or whatever. And it is super easy to make your own if you are just starting out or you can't afford to buy all of the colors of all the other ones because they run about $3-4 for a bottle about this size. And you can achieve this same thing for the most part using permanent markers and alcohol. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to go ahead and do that. So, things you're going to need. You're going to need 91% alcohol. You don't want any less than 91. You're going to need, well, I suggest, but needle nose pliers for sure. I like to use for these ones. I like to use these vice grips. They grip the bottom just perfect for me to pull it off. And then you're going to need permanent markers. You can get Sharpies, but they're a little bit more expensive. These are the Pen Gear brand from Walmart, and they're really cheap, and they're actually really good markers for permanent markers, and especially for the inks. And then you're going to need some sort of bottle to put them in. These little bottles with this little tip on there that I have here, I got them off Amazon. I will leave a link to the description in the description below. I got a little tongue twisted there. And then also this little syringe guy here, same thing. I got them off Amazon, and I will leave you a link. They come in multiple different sizes. This is just the one I have that I used for the alcohol, so this is what I'm going to use. So, and some gloves, because it gets a little messy. So, I'm going to put my gloves on. Getting ready for surgery. Oh, and you're also going to need a cup, because the only flaw with these bottles is the size of the tip. So you're going to need just a cup or a measuring cup or something. And I'm just going to use this measuring cup and then a funnel. A small funnel to go inside your bottle to do it. This actually came with the bottles, so it's actually perfect because it helps fill them up. So if you get these bottles, you'll get the funnel with it as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We'll put one of them off to the side. So I start this way. So the first thing I do is I grab, my pliers are not tight. So I grab a hold of this little base here, the colored base, and I go ahead and I pull that right off, and it comes off. And then just tap your marker down and the ink part comes out. And then the needle, this is where you want the needle nose because the vice grips will grip too tight, is you're going to want to pull this nib off because it's got ink in it. So you just kind of give that a little twist and a pull, just like that, and drop it inside your bottle because the alcohol is going to pull the ink off of that. So now when you're done with all these parts, you just throw them away. And my garbage can moved. Okay. So now I do this little thing here, and it's only because it helps push it through, is I'm just taking a pin and making a few holes down the bottom side of the ink deal. I don't even know what we're supposed to call this. Just put some holes in there, just like that. And then I put some alcohol in a cup here just to make it easier to draw up. I pull up some alcohol into my syringe, hold it over my cup, and I put the needle, the syringe part, right inside it. And I don't push down too hard, and I just start pushing. And that's what happens when you push too hard. You drop it. So don't do that. So just start pushing it, and then the ink starts dropping out. Like that. And it starts running through. As you can see that it's starting to get white up here. So then I come back and I drop some more alcohol. Then I put it in again. And then push ever so slightly. Because if you push too fast, it doesn't draw the ink out. And you get more alcohol than ink. And you really want the alcohol to run through and not run over. So you get all the ink you could possibly get out of your pen. Just like that. Drop some more alcohol. And then if like this, where you have this part where you were putting it in, it's real white. And then this part, you can flip it over and then stick your syringe in the top there. And because we made all those little holes, it's going to come out through those holes. That's why we got the gloves, because it gets kind of messy. Try not to force the ink too much through, because I don't want it to run back the other way. And so just like that. And then we just squeeze the rest out of our little ink deal here. And then we can just throw that away. And then inside our prepared bottle, we just take it and we pour it in. Like so. And these bottles are way bigger than what the other ones are. And this gives you roughly about the same amount of alcohol ink as you get in the other ones. It might be a little bit more diluted and not as concentrated, but it still works the same to get the effect of the alcohol ink on your tumblers or in your resin. So there's that one. I'm going to rinse everything out and show you again how we do this. So that's why I got my paper towels here too. I'm just going to spray that right down. Run all that ink through with the alcohol. And my little rag here. Dry it up some. Just so we don't get any transfer of colors when doing multiple colors. You can do the same with the medicine cup. The same way. You can either drop it in or whatever. I like my little spray bottle because I can spray the sides and all that. And then just come through. And clean her out. So the best part about this is the alcohol cleans up everything and does not leave any color behind. So like that. And now we'll do the next one. So again, I'm going to pull the bottom off. Throw that away. Drop out my ink. Take my needle nose and pull my nib. Drop it in my bottle. And then I'm going to poke my holes. I'm going to clean my needle off. Just making my holes. They don't have to be uniform or even. We're just kind of poking. Making holes. Now this whole part you don't really have to do because the ink will run through. You just have to be really slow. I'm an impatient person, so this is me rushing the process. Okay. And I'm going to clean this off before we make more. Like that. So now we drop our alcohol. And we do the same thing. Same process as before. Just pushing through. Because what the alcohol does with the ink is just force the ink out of the... I don't even know what the technical term for these things are. It's just an ink thing. It's my technical term, is ink thing. Just pushing my alcohol through. I'm just going to give it a little squeeze. Push most of that out before I flip it over. And you see the messiness, and that's what the gloves are for. Because it can get pretty messy. And the inks will stain your hands. You could try to get them off with alcohol, but they will stain. So the same thing, just on the other side. And all I'm doing is pushing the alcohol through to force the ink out. Now, some of these darker colors take a little bit more to get it through, but you should never use more than roughly about an ounce of alcohol. If you're using more than that, your colors will be very much muted, and they'll be very runny. Like, I don't know what the technical term I want to use for that one is. They won't be as bright and vibrant when you go to put them on. They'll be very, very pale, very light, like almost like a translucent type of color instead of closer to an opaque color. So just like that, we throw it away. We wipe off our hands because we've dripped everywhere. We put our syringe or funnel in, and we pour it in. Like so. And there we go. That's how easy it is to make your own alcohol inks. And now that I'm done drawing that up, I'm just going to run that through. Swirl some around in there. See, if you add more alcohol to it, it becomes like a paler. For most of it, you want them to be like dark and thick like that. Just cleaning my funnels so that we're ready to go for the next time. Like I said, best part about the ink, doing this and stuff is you're not wasting a whole lot of material because you can reuse everything just about. Now, these medicine cups, I don't use for every part, but I will reuse them for the inks for the most part. Just dump that in my trash can. It'll evaporate. Like that. And now I have a fairly clean cup that I can use for glue or glitter or ink, not so much with epoxy, because it'll affect the way your epoxy sets. And then with your paper towels, you just wipe up your alcohol inks. I like my glass mat. Super easy for cleanup. If you have watched my bow videos, you know I love it for bows. Makes cleanup super easy. And because I did not put a lid on that, I spilt it. Now I gotta clean that up. I got a little too happy. So there we go. But even though I like it for the bows, it makes it great for measuring. And for this, it makes a super easy cleanup. Like nothing else. So there we go. And then we can put our pliers away. We can put everything away. I hope this video was helpful to you guys and you enjoyed it. And this is part of our Tumblr series videos. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos so far. I know I haven't got into a Tumblr yet, but they are coming. I wanted to get some of these steps for you because some of these things are the things that I'm going to be using to make the Tumblr. So I figured I will show you before we get there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit a thumbs up. It helps us so much, and it means so much to us creators. When you hit the thumbs up button, it means the world to us. I will be linking my Facebook group in the description below, where you can join the group and connect and all that other stuff. A lot of bow stuff, and we have an amazing group of people, and I'm sure in this venture we'll have a whole lot more. And I will leave the link for these little bottles and the little syringe. And I think that was it for this one. Like I said, I got those at Walmart. I can leave you a Walmart link for that. But if I leave an Amazon link, I am an affiliate for Amazon. So if I leave you a link, I get a little bit of a kickback for Amazon links. But I like those pen gear ones. They're easy to get off, like a Sharpie marker. It's like pulling teeth, but it's really hard to get. I have a Sharpie over here. Just have to get it. So like the way the Sharpies are set up, you don't have a back end. And this part does not want to come off like super easy. Like I've cracked it, bent it, and like done so much to get one off that it was just a royal pain. So I like those pen gear ones. Number one, they're way cheaper. Plus they're so much easier. So, and then the inks are amazing. The colors are just ridiculous. I have my ones that I've made with it are boxed up, but so again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and hit that little bell if you haven't already. And as always, happy crafting.